Easily one of the biggest complaints about Breath of the Wild is the lack of mini-bosses in the game. In today's video, I'd like to talk about 3 of the best mini-bosses in the Zelda series that I personally would love to see make a comeback in Breath of the Wild 2. Let's get started. Hello everyone, I hope you're having an amazing day. I'm Derek with Zelda Theory and welcome to another video. Hey, if this is your first time here and you love the Zelda franchise, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the bell notification for weekly Zelda content. So I think it's safe to say, as a Zelda fan, we were all scared crapless of Ocarina of Time's Shadow Temple. From the creepy music to the enemies inside the temple, everything about this temple just gave me the heebie-jeebies. Even to this day, as a 27-year-old fan, I still have the lights on when I'm playing through the Shadow Temple. I did not just admit that. Well, now you know. What made this temple even worse was a certain enemy in a certain room. The Dead Hand. Let me sort of give you a brief description of why this enemy is still to this day creepy as crap. The Dead Hand is an enemy in Ocarina of Time that has a zombie-like head with a massive jaw big enough to literally swallow young Link whole. Heck, even adult Link. The blood this thing releases is green and has purple blotches all over his body, which is thought to be bloodstains. Now, is it his blood or no, let's continue. It gets creepier. The Dead Hand also has many different disembodied limbs, usually around 6 at least, that wait in different corners of the chamber it's in that can easily, in one swipe, grab its prey, basically stunning you and allowing the Dead Hand to emerge from the depths of hell to devour his meal. In this scenario, the meal is Link. Easily one of the creepiest, oddest, and most terrifying enemies I've had to face in my many years as a Zelda fan. Come on now, you have to agree with me here. If this does not make the Dead Hand terrifying yet extremely cool and worthy of making a comeback in Breath of the Wild 2, then I really don't know what will. I do personally feel that he's actually harder to defeat than most enemies in the Zelda games, and there is certain strategies you can use, and if you're curious about them, let me know in the comments and I'll make a guide on it. Now that being said, I do believe that the Dead Hand should make a comeback in Breath of the Wild 2 because I think that cosmetically speaking, the Dead Hand would fit the quote-unquote dark vibe that Nintendo has actually confirmed to be a major aspect of Breath of the Wild 2. Now, from what the trailer shows us, a lot of this game is under Hyrule or in a massive cave, and a dark, creepy looking cave would be a fantastic place to have a Dead Hand pop up out of nowhere. Can you imagine how freaking scary looking this enemy would look in Breath of the Wild 2 graphics? Looks like I'm playing through Breath of the Wild 2 with the lights on. Don't judge me. Now, this next mini boss is a staple in the Zelda franchise, and honestly I was shocked when they weren't in Breath of the Wild. This enemy appears as an armored soldier in many of the Zelda games and is carrying a sword and shield. They are skilled sword masters and are able to instantly block Link's attacks at will and then retaliate with a powerful jump attack. I swear this move will kill you instantly if you are not careful. At least for me it did. Does that mean I suck at Zelda? That's right, you guessed it. The enemy I'm referring to is the Stalfos. The Stalfos pops up a lot in the Zelda series, but the game that pops out to me personally the most is the mini boss fight in the Forest Temple in Ocarina of Time. The Stalfos appear out of nowhere, and if you're new to the game, you literally start to freak out and wonder what part of hell these beasts came from. At least I did. I was very young, give me a break. The Stalfos hit extremely hard too. Like, you literally had to be on your blocking game in order to not get absolutely murdered. Cosmetically speaking, the Stalfos is absolutely stunning. I really enjoyed the design of the Stalfos enemy in all of the Zelda games. I think that bringing back the Stalfos enemy in Breath of the Wild 2 would add a different variety of monsters to the game, and it would give the game a slight difficulty curve. Imagine playing a 3-heart run on hero mode and coming across a group of Stalfos. Yeah, good luck, man. Finally, this mini boss on my list is another exciting enemy in the Zelda series that was completely forgotten about in Breath of the Wild. This enemy is a massively heavily armored knight equipped with multiple swords and an oversized axe that has the potential to deal a whopping 4 hearts worth of damage to Link. That means if you're doing a 3-heart run, you're screwed, homie. The Iron Knuckle, although very similar to the Dark Nut enemy in the Zelda series, is far less common and most of the time plays a role that is more along the lines of the Guardian than the aggressive behavior of the Dark Knight. It was really hard for me to choose between the Dark Knight and Iron Knuckle because I really enjoy both of them. Now what makes the Iron Knuckle far more superior to the Dark Knight is that the Iron Knuckle doesn't have the weakness to attacks from behind. This enemy is elite at dueling and is on par with Link's skills, but with far more defensive capabilities. From blocking our path in the Spirit Temple in Ocarina of Time to guarding the entrance to Ganon's castle, the Iron Knuckle has always been the enemy that was feared among the rest and was classified as one of the best trained swordsmen under the rule of Ganondorf. I will always remember the very first time I played Ocarina of Time and arriving to the mini boss in the Spirit Temple as young Link. Fighting that massive enemy with just a Kokiri sword was so intimidating yet so cool at the same time, all the while finding out in the end that the Iron Knuckle is just a Gerudo warrior in a plate of armor. So much nostalgia, man. I think the Iron Knuckle should make a comeback in Breath of the Wild 2 because having an enemy this powerful in the sequel would not only look amazing in the Breath of the Wild 2 graphic engine, but like the previous two enemies, would give us a variety of enemies in the game to annihilate in the highly anticipated sequel to Breath of the Wild. So my friends, if you found value in today's video and would like to see more Breath of the Wild 2 content, be sure to click the playlist coming up on the screen here in just a couple seconds, and then be sure to let me know in the comments what other Zelda videos you guys would like to see in the coming weeks. Continue to be the light in someone's life, and remember, it's dangerous to go alone. I'll talk to you guys in the next video.